Now to Philadelphia, where concern about the increase in deadly gun violence is bringing together school principals around the city. They're sharing stories about how the violence is impacting their students and trying to figure out what can be done. ABC's Zachary Quiche has more on this. Good morning, Zachary.
Stephanie, good morning to you as well. Gun violence went up in 27 states during the pandemic. It went down in just one. It's up in certain parts of Brooklyn. It's up in Philadelphia, where they've surpassed 400 murders for the second straight year, and where kids continue to get caught in the crossfire.
There's a war going on these streets, and none of us are safe.
This morning, neighborhoods like this one in North Philly are taking cover from the gun violence ravaging their community. Students have been forced to get creative with the ways they travel to and from school.
They're walking in groups. They're looking for people to pick them up and take them to school. Students stay in school because they don't feel like they can get home safely afterwards.
Leon O'Dunn is a principal at Simon Gratz Mastery Charter School. 3 students from the school were shot and killed last month, losing a total of 9 kids in just the last year. Dunn reading a heart-wrenching text message he received from a student at a rally last week.
I just lost 4 friends in a month. Why do we just live to die? It's like there is no way out of this.
I met with a group of high school seniors, juggling the pressures of environment while also pursuing a college education.
This should not be normal for us.
I don't walk to school or walk back. My mom makes me drive.
The environment is a hostile environment. It's a war zone.
Since 2015, more than 10,000 people have been shot in Philadelphia. 3 out of 4 of those were black males. And in just the last year, black males made up more than 80% of the homicide victims in the city.
I've lost a lot of great friends. I've lost family members.
Experts point to a rise in gun sales and the stresses and pressures associated with lockdown. Dunn is now calling on city leaders, telling me he has not seen a legitimate plan for change.
What do they not have in common is the color of their skin. And students should not have to fight to change systems. It's not their responsibility to fix it.
Since July, more than 350 participants have joined Therapy Over Revenge, a program designed to teach teenagers and their families the skills for grounded decision-making and coping mechanisms for loss.
They're kind of in a point where they're afraid to go to school, or they're afraid to even leave the house. And if they are not afraid or pretending like they're not afraid, they're going out and they're armed and ready for war.
The students show incredible resilience and desire to relish in the good, but they say they've been hardened.
For us, it was to not show weakness. So being able to tell someone how you're feeling is kind of like, should I trust you?
You still have to think about, what can I do to make sure that I'm not in that situation, or what can I do to make sure that my future and my life are set so I could get out of this city.
I was really moved by the strength of those youngsters and their connection to the principal. Many of them are working really hard and see college as a part of their future, and that certainly wasn't always the reality. Now, the root causes are difficult to identify, but there is a common thread between the north side of Philadelphia, the south side of Chicago, and south central LA. They're all a byproduct of redlining, a kind of social engineering led by the government to not only segregate, but to cut off those communities from credit, the kind you need to buy a home or build a business, the lifeblood of any neighborhood.
It was really moving to hear from those teens as well. Zachary Quiche for us. Thank you for bringing us that story.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.